Okay, perfect. Okay,
We're
well,
live?
we are live. Yes, so if you're watching
Okay,
this,
awesome.
welcome. This is our first together webinar with Andrea and I talking essential oils. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Let me know if it flips. I don't know if it is flipping. I don't think it is, but that's okay. So my name is Andrea Norton. I'm a personal trainer. I don't know if should we tell a little bit about why we kind of got into essential oils, Ange?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure. Okay. Um, so I really got into essential oils when I was pregnant. I used essential oils throughout my pregnancy. Loved them. I still probably didn't know a ton about them, but I knew that I was obsessed with them and they helped me. So after that, doTERRA kind of, I don't know, fell into my lap, came to me from Ange, and I have been using them ever since. And I absolutely love them. So it works well integrated with my kind of health and fitness background, and it's something that just fit really nicely into my, day-to-day kind of routine and lifestyle.
Yeah, awesome. I slightly different. I just got into it I do a heap of research myself on like functional medicine, holistic healthcare, and I started like all these people like functional doctors and mentors that I used to follow a lot would always talk about essential oils. And so I would keep hearing it come up that they were like an alternative. So I started hearing, obviously having chemical load, toxic load in the body can be harmful for our bodies, but what's the alternative? And then I would hear about essential oils creeping in, and then new studies coming out. There are so many studies on essential oils. And I would just keep hearing about all these different conditions and essential oils and alternatives and ways to use them, that I sort of started digging a little bit. And so I pretty much researched into it and found it that way. And then I started learning about how to more use them on a daily basis. So I had them for a while and just didn't really know what to do with them. And that's great. But we actually want to teach you guys how to use them every day, because that's when they're really going to make a difference. So so I hope I hope some people who are going to watch this will already have oils, and hopefully you can get out of this how to use them maybe a little bit more than you already are. And if you've never used them before, this is like an introduction to the essential oils, the ones that, they smell good, but they also are, I think, like every oil that every household should have and should be using every day. So
definitely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that we're going to go through kind of the top 10 oils that, every house should have, no matter really what your wants or needs are. And I think you summed that up really, really well. So should we start with lemon?
Yes, cool. All right. So the first one, lemon essential oil. So the way I'll introduce this one is maybe, teaching you about what actually is an essential oil, because a lot of people just think it's a scent, but it's not actually scent. It's actually a plant extract. So this lemon, it doesn't smell like what you might expect, because it actually comes from the lemon rind. So the outer protective layer of the lemon. So that's it's exactly what it smells like. It smells like the rind of the lemon. In this bottle, I had it written down, there are, I think, about 40 to 50 organic lemons in this one bottle. This one bottle costs $13. This is like the cheapest lemon, organic, no additives, preservatives, anything like that in there. But let me talk about the benefits. So lemon essential oil, antibacterial, So this is like my number one for like adding into like a benchtop cleaner. It's also anti detoxifying. So on a daily basis, you can put 1 drop of this in water, and it detoxifies, so purifies, liver cleansing, that kind of thing. And the good thing about using this in water in the morning is that you're not going to get the acid from the actual lemon if you were to squeeze one. So it's okay for your enamel, on your teeth. And yeah, so it's a really good way to start the day. With its antibacterial properties, you can even just put like a drop in your hand, rub it in, and it's like a natural hand sanitizer. And in the diffuser, it does exactly that, sort of detoxifying it, but to the air, so it purifies the air as well. So it's a really good one to put in an air purifier, in a diffuser, which we'll talk about a bit later. But they're the main things I use the lemon for, is for detoxifying in water in the morning. I use it as a hand sanitizer. Also, like, citrus is very like uplifting. So the thing is with essential oils, I always say they don't have side effects, they've got side benefits. So there's always like an amazing like emotional additive to it. And for lemon, it's really uplifting. I also find it's like a bit calming as well, so it also can soothe as well, which is really cool. Did I miss anything? What do you think? Do you use it?
No, I think that was fantastic. But no, I think you got everything. It's really good in baking food. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's great I usually have lemon by the kitchen for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, this is a good one. I just leave it on the bench top in the kitchen to remind me. Yeah,
definitely. I think, like, even to tie into what you said, so back to what is an essential oil. So an essential oil is a pure plant extract. So what Andrea's saying, that it's coming from the rind, it's coming from the protective barrier of that plant, and that's where the oil is extracted. So it's actually not really an oil, it's more of a pure plant extract.
Yeah, and that's, I think, where we get, because that outer layer is the immune system of the lemon, and so that's where we get, when we put it in our bodies, the body reads it as has that those immune properties. So that's why it's really cool.
Awesome.
And if you have any questions, just pop it in the chat box and we'll answer them at the end. Cool. All right. So next one I'm going to talk about is peppermint. Now, I actually have my peppermint at work, but I've got 2 different variations here. One is little beadlets and one is a roller bottle that I use. So yours looks a little bit different to mine. I can still smell it.
Yeah. How awesome are the beadlets, by the way? I really like them.
Oh my gosh. They are the best. Can I just say, like, one beadlet breaks in your mouth. It's like a natural breath freshener. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so peppermint is a really like cooling blend. It's very energizing. I'll also use this beadlet in my mouth if I just need a boost, a bit of energy. It's also, being that cooling, it can also be really opening for the respiratory system. So, any sort of sinus issues or breathing issues, you can just like pop a little bit underneath your nose here and it will just like open you up. It's my go-to if I feel a bit foggy or I feel like I might be getting a headache. That's what I use personally. I will just put a little bit onto my temples here, and it's almost instant. It's really interesting how it works. But peppermint is just really versatile. So the other things is it's very soothing on the digestive system. So I have, you're going to talk about next about the digestive blend, Digest Zen, but I often use those 2 together, peppermint and Digest Zen, and it works so quickly. But for any digestive stress, stomach cramps, that kind of thing, I will use peppermint for. And if there's anything else I use, and I do sometimes also use it for muscles. So it's also a relaxant for the muscles. So often I'll just rub it over a tightness on top of my shoulders or in my back. And it's very soothing. So soothing for digestive system, soothing for stomach. And it also is very opening and clearing of the airways. And can I say this, peppermint, it just smells so amazing. So I think
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's 28 cups of peppermint tea in one drop. So that is like impressive, because so it has to be used wisely. You definitely don't want to overdo it. In cooking, chalk peppermint goes amazingly together. So I'll often like put a drop in my hot chocolate at nighttime after dinner. And that's kind of getting two. It tastes good and you get the soothing digestive effects as well. Yeah. Do you have any other extras for peppermint?
No, I think that's fantastic. I think peppermint is very cooling. It's a beautiful oil. And I love what you said too. Like, I love actually applying it neat as well to my temples. It's kind of like, I don't know, espresso shot. Like, you just feel very like exhilarated, and even down the back of your neck. Or obviously you can apply it with a carrier oil if you're a little bit more sensitive, because it is strong. And make sure you hit the back of your temples. Don't get too close to your eyes.
You definitely want to be careful, because it is a strong one. And with that, I guess with the carrier oil, I'll just mention it now. So yes, I do. I'm the same. I apply it neat onto my temples. So neat just means I just put literally straight on to it, because the effects can be like around and you can inhale the effects. Whereas if you want it to actually absorb straight into the bloodstream, you can use what we call a carrier oil. Do you have yours with you? Mine's in the kitchen, but I can go get it.
Oh, mine's in the bathroom. I'll go grab it.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. So carrier oils is literally what carries the oil into the bloodstream. So my one thing about using a carrier oil is to make sure it's organic, because you're putting in these such pure extracts of plants that you want the carrier oil to be organic. So that is a fractionated coconut oil that Andrea has there. And that you'll just blend that. So maybe a couple of drops of peppermint with a dab of the carrier oil, rub it together, and then you just rub it onto your tummy in a clockwise direction, or the soles of your feet, or around your neck. You will just rub it through. So if you don't have, so the good thing about the fractionated coconut oil is that it's a coconut oil that just stays liquefied. You can also use like jojoba or organic rosehip or organic olive oil, but just make sure that they're pure and organic, because you're literally putting it straight into your bloodstream. Will be the one thing I'd say with that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so the next oil we're going to talk about is Digessan. So crack open your bottle if you have it in front of you.
Hi.
And hey. And take a smell if you've got this in front of you. I really like the smell of this. It smells very black licorice-y, sambuca. I don't know. It's what do you think? You don't like it?
Yeah, I hate sambuca, but
the Greek.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's amazing on the digestive system.
It's so cool. So this is one of doTERRA's blends. So they have there's three blends. Yes, four blends. Sorry, in the oils that we're going to talk about, and this is one that gets the most amount of testimonials. So with Digessan, I'll just read quickly what's in it. So their main ingredients are anise, peppermint, which Ange just touched on before, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. This is best applied. You can have it internally, so you can do a drop under your tongue. If you want to put this in a little bit of warm water, maybe with a bit of coconut oil, just because water and oils obviously don't mix. Hi, Elena. um, they don't mix, so you can disperse it a little bit more, so you're not, just to your first gulp isn't the straight oil. But most people really like to, I actually quite prefer this, is putting it with the carrier oil that we talked about. So picking like a fractionated coconut oil and putting it on your stomach. So rubbing it clockwise motions on your stomach. If you have anything from any digestive issues like gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, this kind of is like a one-hit wonder. So any kind of abdominal gut issues that you're dealing with, this is kind of your go-to for that. I think that's probably the main thing. But the cool thing too is when you do put it on your stomach, it kind of heats up, like it gets warm.
It's warming.
So at the moment, it's hot here, so it's not not kind of a huge thing. But in cold climates, this is really nice because it's kind of that warming, kind of heats you up effect.
Yeah. I take this traveling. If you I used to take like a whole pile of like constipation tablets and diarrhea, all those things you don't know like what's going to happen when you go away. But now I will just take the digestion with me, and because it works so fast, it's amazing. So like even if I just know I'm going to a restaurant where the food is not amazing quality, I'll take that with me. And I've been experimenting with the combination because people swear by different things. I might have like the peppermint internally and rub this on my tummy, or the opposite.
Nice.
But the combination is really good. But this has peppermint anyway, so I would just take this away with me. And straight after a meal, if you start to feel a bit funny in the tummy, this would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I really like this one.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else that we need to add that I missed?
No, I don't think so. I think, just for any sort of digestive symptoms, definitely that's the one you're going to go to.
Yeah, cool. All right, what should we go to next?
Okay, cool. Do you want to do lavender?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have your lavender, let's open it up, have a smell. It smells so good. So doTERRA sources their lavender from Bulgaria. They used to be from France, but Bulgaria is better. And this oil, I don't know, I think we've all smelt really nasty lavender, like cheap lavender in skincare and cosmetics, or I don't know, grandma's lavender. But this just smells like on a whole other level. So if you don't have one in front of you, this smells incredible. We all kind of know what lavender's for. Lavender is very calming. It's peaceful. It's restive. It's a down oil. So where other oils, like peppermint might be a little bit more of an up oil, a little bit more energizing, lavender is going to be more of a down oil. So if you're somebody who's anxious, even has trouble sleeping, this is a really nice oil to diffuse. So we've talked a lot about, applying topically and internally. And the third way to use essential oils is to diffuse it. So like I've got my diffuser right here kind of going away. So it's just water with your choice of oil, and just depends on the room and how big it is. I've got really high ceilings in here. It's a big room. I usually put about 10 drops. If your room's a bit smaller, you can put a bit less. But yeah, lavender, great for end of the bed when you're going to go to sleep. Another good thing I like about lavender is applying it topically. So at the end of the night, after I have a shower, I really love to get my coconut oil, choose which oils I'm going to use, and I just massage them all over my body. And it's just a really nice self-care,
so good.
self-care ritual. Yeah, it is. And it's, you're just taking, whether it's a minute, 5 minutes to yourself, you go to bed, you feel relaxed, you smell incredible, and you've got the therapeutic benefits of these oils. And that's probably something else to touch on is doTERRA has certified therapeutic grades. So that means that you can ingest them. They are the purest oils in the world. And yeah, they're really incredible. So that's probably my top uses for lavender. I do actually like cooking with lavender. I like making lavender lemon blueberry muffins. So you don't need very much, a couple drops of lavender, but it just gives it a really beautiful taste.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And
Anything
on
else
that,
to add?
yeah, I was just going to say, like, with the quality of the oils, I'm very, like, if you know me, and like where I buy my clothes from, my makeup and everything, like I'm very picky on the sourcing and making sure that it's been ethically sourced, making sure that it's sustainable and organic, and really organic, not some people are, even the certifications of organic is sort of a gray area with a lot of things. And they have a really cool website called Source to You, where you can look up and see actually how these oils get into this bottle right here. And it really makes you appreciate like every single drop that you smell, to know that, it's pure plant extract, and so much lavender has gone into one drop. It's just, it's really amazing. And the effect that lavender has on the brain is, when you smell it, anything you smell goes straight to your limbic brain, which has an effect on how you feel. And lavender is exactly that. As soon as you smell it, you feel calm and relaxed. And so it's definitely nighttime blend.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, cool. All right. Am I doing on guard? Let's go through this amazing blend. So this is doTERRA's protection blend, immunity blend. This one has really grown on me. At first I wasn't 100% sold on it, but now I actually really like it. I think it might be the cinnamon in it, but let me read you out the ingredients. So we've got wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So on the antioxidant scale, like when we think antioxidants, we might all be thinking blueberries is like the most antioxidant food you can have. But there's a scale called the ORAC scale, which rates 0 to 500,000, or it's a big scale. And when you think of blueberries, now I've got it here because I know I wanted to mention it. Blueberries is under 5,000 on the ORAC scale of where it lies in its antioxidant levels. Clove, which is the main ingredient in this bottle, is 300,000. So it is like your super powerhouse of antioxidants in here. And when you're sick and when you're feeling run down, that's what's going to help you build your immunity. So this is a really good blend. Sorry, I think it's just going funny. Continue. So this is a really good blend to use when you're not feeling that great. It's also a really good antibacterial, antiviral blend that I use for like bench tops and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing, because it's got the clove in it, is clove kills mold. So this is doTERRA is so, I guess, invested in this product also, that they have created quite a few other kind of like on guard products, because it's so popular and because it's amazing. But because it has the clove in it, this is great for like a bathroom spray, like after you've had a shower. I use this a lot on my baby as like immunity prevention. So just a little roller ball. And that's probably good to talk about how much you should be using. So for a baby, you want to use 1 drop for 10 ml. I don't have a roller ball on me handy, but it's a substantial amount. Like, exactly. So you're using 1 drop of oil for that whole bottle, and you're filling the rest of it up with coconut oil. For a child, 2 to 3, and then for an adult, kind of that 5 or 6 range.
On that immunity, like I actually use On Guard and lemon together as a gargle with warm water.
Nice.
If you're starting to get just a little bit of a sore throat, that would be like the first thing that I go to. And for bench tops and the shower cleaning and all things cleaning actually. And just think immunity. I also put it in the diffuser. Now that the smell has grown on me a lot, I'll diffuse it if just I need to like freshen up the air and if people are sick around me and that kind of thing.
I totally agree. I like to do that as well. It's nice. And And yeah, and I think with this one and then oregano, which you're going to talk about, but with the immunity blends too, if you are feeling sick or even as a preventative, just put on your feet. Once you've put the oil, onto your feet, it will enter your bloodstream within 15 seconds. So if you need to, if you are feeling sick or run down, that's the best place to put it.
Yeah. And on that, when you do pop it in and it works so quickly, you've got about a 2-hour window of it staying in your bloodstream. So in comparison to, say, any sort of medication, and you don't know how long the life of that medication is still in your system, with essential oils, it's about 2 hours. So in the next 2 hours, you can think about how you feel, reassess, and apply again.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Cool. So yes, our other blend, which is a really antibacterial, also antiviral, it's oregano. This is a super strong hot oil, which must be used lightly. One drop in your cooking is in like a pasta sauce is like divine. 2 drops, you've ruined the whole thing. So there's your warning. So this is a really powerful oil. This is one that you need to dilute unless you're specifically trying to like burn off a wart or something. Like you would definitely dilute this oil when applying it. So just a little side note on that one. But it's so good because when you've got any sort of like a lot of bacteria, parasites, that kind of candida, they can often have a biofilm around them, which makes sort of like a lot of the general antibacterial things hard to kill, whereas oregano actually helps break down that biofilm. So this is one that you can have diluted. I've got it diluted in a roller bottle, and I'll just pop it onto the bottom of my feet basically to use this one.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one that if you love cooking with it, you have it in your kitchen. And I think it kind of also with like your first aid kit or, more on that even preventative, health.
Yeah. I definitely have this one in the kitchen just for when I'm cooking pasta.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Which shall I go to next?
What about tea tree? Let's go to Australia.
Love it. So tea tree is obviously from Australia. It's funny, this is another oil that's kind of grown on me. I really like tea tree. So tea tree is antibacterial. I love adding this to my like facial cleanser. Even if I feel like I'm kind of either breaking out a little bit or kind of congested skin, I love adding it to like my face serum. Or you can even apply it on any like spots that you have. Again, like this is great in like a body wash or any kind of a, topical sort of body wash in the shower. Another really good little tip is putting a drop or two of this just in your shower. So then when the hot steam rises up, you're going to get those beautiful aromas. It's great. So again, you can diffuse this. You can apply this topically. Those are probably my sort of top uses for it. But yeah, it's a beautiful oil.
Yeah, I have found so much use for this more recently. So it's my like pimple go-to. If I get any pimples anywhere, I'll just pop it straight on. Yeah. I've also like got a Dr. Bronner's like just unscented in my shower, and I mix this with it because it's just so good for your skin. And it's antiseptic as well. So it's a really good one to have, if you get any stings or bites and that kind of thing. Tea tree, so it's definitely a first aid oil to have rather than any of the funny gels and steroid creams. I will use this first, and
definitely
then look for other stuff. But it's really effective and it works really quick. It's just really powerful antiseptic.
Yeah, it's funny. I forgot to even mention. So Rocket, my 9-month-old, he got hives all over his body, and I actually applied this with some peppermint for the cooling and a little bit of lavender, and yeah, and it did clear itself. So, you know, there's tons of uses for this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to talk about ice blue next?
Yeah.
I love this. So this is ice blue. If you've got a bottle in front of you, open it up. Now you'll notice this one actually has a child safety lock on it. That is because you cannot ingest it. So if any of the oils you have a child's cap on them, do not eat them or do not ingest them. This is like your natural deep heat. I really like the smell of this. So this is doTERRA's Athletic Blend, and this is, yeah, it's really, really cool. So how I love to apply this is I put some coconut oil in my hand, I put some drops into my hand, and wherever I'm feeling sore, I will just massage it on, and you can feel it instantly, and it's tingly, and it feels beautiful. But the really cool thing about this is even if you have a sore shoulder and you apply it to your shoulder, if you've got some lower back pain, you'll soon find the relief of that as well, because it's going through your bloodstream. It's not just where you apply it is where you will feel it, and you'll see the results. You're going to feel this all over. And another thing to kind of add to that is, you can apply this frequently. So you want to apply less but more often. So you don't want to apply, 20 or 30 drops of this once. You want to do, around that 5 drops, and you can do it multiple times. And I think it's really nice that, if you've got a partner, they can rub this on your sore back for you. But this one is, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
Probably that's the main way I use it. So sore muscles, sore joints. Any other kind of ways you use this?
Yeah, no, I use this one a lot at the studio. I recommend this one to my patients, athletes, sore joints, injuries. Yeah, I just find it works really quick. And so it's so strong that you feel relief straight away. And yeah, as you mentioned, like that's with that amazing thing, how it will work anywhere in the body. That's the best thing about essential oils versus like a pharmaceutical drug or something like that, because these oils will find the places that it needs to work, because it comes from nature and it's going to work with your own body, and the body recognizes it, and it will cause chemical reactions in a good way and help you anywhere that it needs to. So yeah, so that's the good thing about it, is like once you've inhaled it, once you've rubbed it into your bloodstream, it's gonna work straight away, and it's gonna work where you need it. So you can't really go too wrong with these.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. All right. So,
do you want me to talk about Easy Air, or are you going to talk about Easy Air?
Yeah, you can. That's right. I'll just say how I use it.
Okay, cool. This is the last blend that we're going to talk about, and we've saved the best oil for last, which Ange can talk all about. This is Easy Air. This, I've recommended this to so many friends and family members. If you have a bottle, open it up, have a smell. It smells incredible. I actually get everyone to usually put a drop in your hand and just rub your hands together and take a nice big deep breath into your nose.
Oh my God.
Ooh. I know. It's like, hello. And I always take a deep breath through my mouth as well. Yeah. And it's just immediately clearing. And I think the cool thing with Easy Air is that's one drop, and you can just feel like it's just cleared out all of my nasal passages. Like I just feel like I'm able to breathe easier. So this one is fantastic to diffuse. I usually like diffusing this every night, especially by my partner. Got someone who snores. This is the one you want. Any kind of to be careful how I word this, but any kind of, respiratory breathing issues, this is what you want to do. And you can kind of take this up a notch. So my grandmother has sleep apnea. So she puts this on her feet and she puts a bit on her chest as well as diffuses it. So she kind of hits all the sort of areas to really help her from stop breathing basically in the middle of the night. This one, yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful oil. And I know that doTERRA gets a ton of positive testimonials on this one as well. It's great.
Yeah. This is the one I'll do in like the warm water, few drops of this with a towel over my head and breathe it in, and it just opens up any congestion in the sinuses and through the respiratory airways. And it just instant, like you just feel so much like you can just more open through your airways, which also connects back. I'll just mention that it's a really calming blend as well. So, sometimes we can get these respiratory tension when we feel anxious and that kind of thing. So now, like, I'll specifically use it for more of a calming effect. I find it really works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Yeah. That one I use a lot, actually. Yeah.
Me too.
I blend it. So that one, easier and lavender put together.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. They're great.
All right.
Ooh, should we talk about the best for last?
Yeah. Last one. And this one is, it's just amazing. So, frankincense. Yeah. Frankincense. Yeah. So I'm sure you've all heard of frankincense before, whether it's from like the Bible or some other like biblical reference. Frankincense has it's been used for years and years and years and years. doTERRA sourced their frankincense from Somalia. It's from this amazing tree. I only the other day looked up the actual tree that frankincense is made from, and it's incredible. If you have a look at the tree, you'd be like, whatever comes from that must be epic. It's the boswellia tree, which I actually see in clinic. A lot of anti-inflammatory products have boswellia in their ingredient list. Because that is like, one of the amazing effects of frankincense is it's anti-inflammatory. It's got it's like the king of the immune system. It's really good for cell rejuvenation and renewal. So if you're after that anti-aging kind of aspect of things, like as we get older, our skin cells don't turn over as frequently, which is why like a baby's skin feels so smooth, because they have a lot of cell turnover, whereas as we get older it doesn't turn over as much, which means that our skin doesn't look as vital. So that's where frankincense is amazing. So I'll got my nightly routine is a rosehip oil, and I'll put a couple of drops of frankincense in there, and then rub that onto my face and neck. And skin renewal, it's got a lot of anti-aging properties. And it basically, I'll use this in the diffuser with any of the oils that we've just talked about. Its other amazing quality is it actually boosts the benefits of the other oils, enhances the benefits of the other oils that you're using. So literally, like all the benefits of the systems that the ones we just talked about, frankincense also has those benefits. So if you're ever in doubt, start with frankincense. What else? There's so much.
There's so much. I think what you kind of touched on anyway, but like frankincense fights inflammation, and which inflammation is the cause of disease. And I just think this is just amazing. I could probably talk a little bit even about why is this bottle so expensive compared to other bottles. And it's it's what you were talking about with the trees. So how in Somaliland the trees are passed down It's going back 5 generations, and it's the trees that are passed down to the sons. So they actually don't own any land, they just own these trees. And when doTERRA went to Somaliland to source its frankincense, when they got there, there was only about 40% of the trees were actually being harvested, because brokers would go in and they would only pay them cents on the I guess whatever it is, the kilo or pound, whatever it would be, and they would only pay them half, and they would pay the other half when they said it would go to market, but they never received that money. So when doTERRA went in, they said, "What do you want?" And they said, "Well, we don't want any money. We need food." So doTERRA delivered truckloads of food into the community. They have worked extensively in there, and they've provided safe distilleries for the women who go through and take this resin or this sap and get rid of all the twigs and all the things that shouldn't be there, in schools. And doTERRA pays the frankincense farmers 10 times what they were being paid before. So and I think that comes back to the company, and which we kind of touched on a little bit, but doTERRA does, which they call co-impact sourcing. So doTERRA owns no land. They work directly with the farmers. They go in and they help these communities, because the oils are sourced from over 45 countries around the world, and half of them are developing nations. So it's just a really, really beautiful company. And that when you're putting your dollar towards something like this, you're saying yes to everything. So it's from the distillers to the farmers, through that create this beautiful product.
Yeah, that's bloody amazing.
Yeah.
Going
on a little tangent there.
Yeah. You just got me excited. I want to just go back though, because I feel like with its effects on the body, I feel like I didn't do it justice. I just wanted to explain that how I was mentioning with On Guard, that it's high in antioxidants. What frankincense has is that it has the potential to actually kill the cells in your body that are free radicals, anything damaged, basically. So, anything, and that is the thing, that it doesn't even have to be a certain part of the body. It will go into the bloodstream and it will find those cells that are damaged in your body, and it will clean them up through apoptosis, which is what kills cells basically that are needed, that you don't need anymore, which will, if left there, will cause more damage. So that is the amazing thing. If you just go to PubMed and look up all of the studies that are coming out on frankincense, it's just mind-blowing. So yeah, I could go on for ages, but let's maybe talk about some of the ways frankincense, because we'll be here for ages. Okay.
I know. Well, you go for it.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, so I pop a drop underneath my tongue in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I just love doing that. That is just for more of the immune boosting properties. I also will just put in my hands and breathe it in before a meditation. I've been doing that recently, and it just, there's something, I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but the biblical kind of times of the oil, but it's a really good one for meditation, frankincense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise I would use it for immune boosting. So just the same as I would use with the On Guard and that kind of thing. Then also just for the anti-inflammatory properties as well. So you can use all the uses that we've talked about previously. You can diffuse it. You can pop it under your tongue for the immune boosting benefits and the anti-inflammatory benefits, or you can put it in a roller bottle blend with any of the above and pop it onto your skin.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it. Yes, let me just check if anyone's asked any questions. Well, got here. No, anyone got any questions? All right, if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat, but no one does at the moment. So let's maybe, let's just close on what we've chatted about. I hope you guys have maybe if you already have these oils, have just learned some new ways to use them. Yeah. Hopefully,
Definitely.
some of the ways from our experience, you can start using them in a bit more of a daily basis, because I think it's important that you not only have the oils but you use them really regularly as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you've got to use them multiple times a day as well. And I think in getting it into some sort of it just becomes a part of your lifestyle, I think, and a part of your routines and your rituals. And you don't have to do everything at once, but if you just start, if it's okay, every morning I'm going to have the diffuser on, and then I'm going to just keep adding, and the more you learn, the more you'll kind of incorporate it into your lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree. And, like doTERRA put together these ones that we went through, which are in the Home Essentials kit. And I think they put them together for a reason. They're, like you mentioned before, like, honestly, I feel like every household should start with these oils, whether you want them or not. It's more of a need basis on like replacing your cleaning products, having them as a first aid, having them as for your immune system and your respiratory system and your digestive system. If you don't have any oils at all to start with, this is like the best place to start, basically.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're watching this and you already have your hands on some oils, as Anne said, I hope you got some more benefits out of it. If you haven't, we are in the month of December at the moment, if you're watching the playback of this, but doTERRA has an amazing offer for Christmas this month. So if you go ahead and get yourself a Home Essentials kit, which is what we talked about, which is the 10 oils, you get a diffuser, and then I always recommend getting some of the fractionated coconut oil as well. If you do that, doTERRA is giving you a free bottle of frankincense. So you'll actually end up with 2. And this is one that you are going to use all the time and you will run out of. It's so incredible. So what Angie and I are doing, whether you're watching this now and you don't have any oils, or if you're watching the playback of this, we are offering you a free wellness consult. So if you're on the webinar, leave your contact number and email, and we'll reach out to you to arrange a time. If you're watching the playback, please, we'll have, I'm sure, some contact details on here, but you can either visit, doesn't matter who you go to, but if you want to visit myself at andreanorton.com, or you can also contact Ange via email. Which one would you like to pick?
Yep, Angela at thealife.com.au. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I was just going to say as well, like,
there's anything else I really was going to add on to that, but anything else?
I was just going to say that like, I know hopefully you guys have learned something about essential oils and now want them, but I can't tell you how much, like, experiencing like the smell of the oil and actually having that experience firsthand with these pure oils, how much it makes a difference, even if you've got other brands' oils and like you don't know where they came from and all of that sort of thing, that I highly recommend getting in touch with someone, whether it's Andrea or I, who this is like part of what we do is come and we'll teach you how to exactly like this kind of class, and we can come and organize a little workshop or class with you guys and teach you how to use the oils. And it's a really great way if you host a workshop. doTERRA have a really cool program where you can then get some points and get yourself some free oils. So you can also reach out to us if you're interested in having us come to a class for you guys. And we cook really nice bliss balls with choc peppermint as well. Can you hear me?
It just broke up a little bit for me, but I don't know if it broke up for everybody else.
Right at the end.
But I think but if it wasn't for everybody else, awesome. But if but hopefully that was just for me. But if it wasn't just for me, I think what you were trying to say is we want to teach these oils to you, to your friends. If you're in Brisbane or Melbourne, or even if you're anywhere else in Australia, please reach out to us. We will come to you so you can experience these firsthand and share them obviously with your friends. And yeah, there's some amazing incentives for you and for your friends as well. So yeah, please reach out to us.
Yes, we can't wait to hear from you. So get in touch, leave your email
So
below,
hopefully.
and yeah, we'll reach out and get you started. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. I'm going to stop recording. So thanks so much for coming and hearing what we had to say.
Thanks.
Okay. See ya.